fuck. I should have known there'd be one there, even though it's a dead end, which we thoroughly established. I'll go back here and confirm that it is a dead end. Yes, it is. There isn't even a vent in the ceiling. I mean, I guess that could be an opening. Doesn't look like an opening, but that might be what that texture is implying. So no clue where that thing came from, other than just obviously spawned in, because the developers aren't even trying to hide it. Alright, we have some more crazies. And an alien behind me, because of course we do.
Access granted. Mess hall observation level.
Oh, that got him excited. Wow, there's some juicy sounds happening back there. Damn. Alright, we have a ladder. Terrifying.
Access denied.
That's still locked, and that's still locked. Okay.
Access granted. Mess hall and patient cells.
Okay, I can tell an alien spawned in behind me because I can hear it breathing. Like, if you want aliens to appear behind me, just put an origin point somewhere in the environment. Put a vent. Like, at least then I'd buy it when they appear from nowhere. Well, no time to get fucked like the present, I guess. Presumably these are open now. That's shotgun shells. I'm assuming as soon as I cross that threshold, there's going to be aliens, though. Is this open as well? Yes, it is. That's a loading corridor. Not dead. Yes. Oh god, except I'm being sandwiched. Savagely sandwiched by two of them. Alright, I'll try that again. Can I grab these? And make it out of the room.
Access denied.
Oh no, the door locks. Of course it does. Why? Like, how does that even happen? Unless Father's trying to kill me, which I wouldn't put it past him. Here he is.
Access denied. Access denied.
And I don't have enough to kill this guy, so... Ooh, there's two of them. Oh, there's three of them. Holy shit. And I'm not dead. That leaves this pathway, which I'm gonna backtrack and save. God, I love seeing that green light in the distance. You're like, oh fuck, finally. You know, I kind of feel bad that I'm... On the one hand, I feel bad that I'm bitching about this game being, like, mean-spirited and unfair, because, I mean, it kind of is. Like, the developers clearly did have contempt for the player, because there are mechanics here that are willfully obtuse, and there's no excuse for willfully obtuse. So... Wait, what? When did I... Huh. Pulse rifle clip just appeared beneath me. I'm not complaining, but... It's a little odd. So, I think it's a legitimate criticism to complain that this game is kind of contemptuous and unfair, but at the same time, I kind of feel bad for complaining about that because I'm still playing it. It's managed to grip me enough that I'm putting up with it, and that's frankly amazing, because even I'm not sure why I'm putting up with it. But I am, so I have to give credit where it's due. Are you dead? I don't see a hole in your chest and blood on the walls. But you're also not moving. Well, let me put you out of your misery. Okay, it's in that cell. So it's just a crazy. It's fine.
Cell 2 patient secure.
Oh, okay. Can I open it again? Are you bad? Are you going to attack me? I mean, you're in a straitjacket. What's the worst you could do? Aside from kick me, I guess. Oh, fuck. Okay. Not entirely sure what killed him. It didn't look like the alien attacked him. I guess he just had an unrelated AAA. I think there was an alien behind him. Yeah, there was. I was gonna let it take him out, but it sort of lost interest. Man, this area is dark even by this game's standards. I can barely see. I mean, I can see, like I can see the walls and stuff, but only barely. It's on the very edge of my perception. So, man, we're in quite a maze-like area here. I don't want to miss anything, but at the same time, every additional corner I go around is another corner that could be my death. So I could minimize my risk by not exploring this whole area. I don't really know what I'm looking for here, other than I guess I'm looking for the last high command card. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, okay. Not the best effect in this game. I think just being a texture instead of a model. It holds up pretty well at a distance. It's really only if you get close to it that... Because, like, yeah, from there, that looks fine. It's only if you get close to it, it falls apart, but naturally you're gonna get close to it because that there's a dude here means you're gonna walk up to it. And then, of course, it disappears if you're too close. I guess I'll go this way?
Access denied.
Well, I can't. Okay, so this is the cell with the guy that blew up. Oh no, it's somebody different. Holy shit, that was a chest burster. Oh, this actually is not the cell I was in earlier. So I'm a row over. So, wow, I've actually lost track of where I am. There's nothing in it. Nothing in here. I don't know why I'm expecting ammo to be in a holding cell. It's kind of the last thing you'd leave in a holding cell with a crazy person. Some dead guys. It's joyful. It must be in that cell there. Which is closed. Okay, good. Oh. Something just sneezed. You think it's worth opening? I mean, not really. Although, there might be like a shit ton of ammo in there. For all I know, there's like 100 rounds of pulse ammo in there. This one's open, but I'm not getting... Oh, there's actually a thing out now.
Access denied.
Did it open the door, or is that another one? Apparently it got out, because now there isn't anything on the motion tracker in here. Well, how the fuck did it get out? Well, there is actually ammo in here. Okay. In fact, 2 of these is 120 rounds. So I was right. There was 100 rounds of pulse rifle ammo in here. What do you know? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go through here. Hopefully it's open.
Access denied.
It is not. So now I don't know where to go. I think I've exhausted all the routes, because this door's also locked.
Access denied.
I'm pretty sure I've exhausted every route.
Security seal enabled.
Yeah, that one's locked too. What am I missing? Double check if there's anything in here. There isn't. It's just making me think of that room from the prologue of Wolfenstein: The New Order, with these sort of instrument arms cutting people's backs open.
What did you just fucking do?
Man, that's a good game. Do I need to do something weird, like close all of the cells? Like, do the exit doors lock if holding cells are open?
Cell 3 patient secure. Cell 2 patient secure.
Let's try that.
Cell 1 patient secure.
It's like a double security, you know, just to prevent the patients from getting out. If any cell doors are open, the exit locks. That sort of makes sense.
Cell 5 patient secure. Cell 6 patient secure. All cells secure.
Ooh, hey!
Access granted.
Wasn't a huge leap of logic, but it took me a while to think of it.
Security seal disabled.
Let's see what fresh ways this game will find to be annoying. Oh, it's this room. Ah, yes. I'm just gonna shoot these guys, because... Oh, shit. That spawns in an alien. Does that just happen anyway, or is that punishing me for shooting somebody? Did that thing just eat that guy? It was crouched over his body, and then it disappeared. I was gonna take those guys out so they couldn't, like, explode their chest bursters at me, but... either they would have died anyway when those aliens spawned in, or... the game punished me for shooting an unarmed person by spawning into aliens. But fuck, we have all 5 cards. We can get into clone storage. Tried a pincer attack there, and it didn't work. 'Cause as long as I have pulse rifle ammo, this game's actually pretty playable. It only gets really frustrating and janky when I run out of pulse rifle ammo. As long as I can keep this thing fed, man, the game's really not that big a deal. Ugh. I was holding the trigger. I guess there's a thing I haven't really acknowledged, which is, with the pulse rifle, when you're feathering the trigger like that, where I'm tapping it to try to do short bursts, it behaves kind of weird. When you're trying to tap off single shots, it kind of increases the delay before you're able to fire again. So you can tap the trigger all you want, and it kind of only sometimes fires. Oh, I found a use for the flamethrower. Except that sometimes it doesn't work on the facehuggers for some reason. This is the room I just ran through, and I didn't kill all the aliens in here. I'm sure there's gonna be, yep, more of them. Hopefully that's it, because I'm out of ammo. Yep, completely. I don't even have any fucking shitty-ass flamethrower. And I heard breathing. Yep, here you are. Yep. Oh shit, 2 of them? Really? Oh, 3 of them. Oh, okay. Yeah, remember what I just said about as long as I can keep the pulse rifle fed, it's fine? Yeah, I don't have enough. So give me a chance to test my theory about the aliens in that room, though. I'm not gonna shoot the, patients this time. Wow. I guess it did punish me for shooting them. You know what? It felt there. I've been trying it on the past few aliens. It's felt like maybe the headshot does kind of do something. That one went down in very few shots because I was deliberately trying to hit it in the head. So I still can't tell. Can you get headshots on the aliens? That one there very much felt like it went down in fewer shots than normal because I was aiming for its head. But then other times, like when I shoot them in the vent, you're getting a guaranteed headshot and they don't seem to go down any faster. So I really still can't decide. You know, it does feel like the headshot works. I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it... Maybe the hitbox is just crazy picky. Although, how many of these fucking things are there in there? How many was that? 5? 4?
Please insert all keycards for access.
Okay, access granted, clone storage. Actual progress, look at that. Only took all night. God, it's 2 AM. Not that that means much to me. It's actually only sort of the evening for me at the moment. So 2 AM is not nearly as late as it sounds. Ooh, this pathing is confused by these barriers. Excellent. I can use that to my advantage. Yeah, they don't seem to be able to get past it. This makes me very happy. Oh shit, he can. No! Curse you for being smarter than your brethren.
Security disabled.
You know, the way this thing is just placed in the center of the room here makes me feel like this is gonna be a boss fight. Like this thing's gonna break out and try to kill me. In which case I would love it if the guns were actually online. Oh, Jesus. Ew. Ew. Let's get rid of that. These little alcoves here are the perfect spot for enemies to be hiding. I'm assuming this is like the end of the section and I'm gonna find a communicator and switch characters, but I'm not gonna put it past the game to fuck me in the ass right at the end of the level. That thing fell very slowly. Oh, and I automatically ran to a communicator. Call, come in. Call here? Yeah, I know. I can see your face. I've destroyed the last clone. Great, but I can't contact Christie. Who's Christie? The communication lines from here to the warehouse complex have been fried due to flooding. I need him to remove the docking clamps from the bed. Why are you telling me this? I'm not Christie. Could I contact him from here? No, you'll have to swim through the kitchen. Oh no, to get to the other side of the mess hall complex. Oh, we're gonna do swimming? Oh, great. You'd better get going. According to Father, the cooling system has failed. The damage isn't reversible. And the Auriga is going to destruct soon. You mean self-destruct? I'll contact Christie. You get to the Betty. Oh no. If we're gonna do swimming in this game, I think I might actually lose my mind. I'm just trying to imagine this game having swimming controls and a fucking oxygen meter. Oh, the mental image I'm getting right now is pants-fudging terror. But let's see if the game can rise above that. Apparently not, because right out of the gate I have 2 aliens and no ammo. Oh, 3. Oh no. Okay, I don't see a 4th. And I can't break that crate open because the pistol can't do it. And that's the only ammo I have. Unless the flamethrower can somehow break those open, but I doubt it. It's not a concussive weapon. I don't think I can actually do this, but yeah, I was hoping I could get one at a time, but if you alert one, the others get up. Okay, new plan. I'm going to try to break that crate open with the flamethrower. Nope, it doesn't work. Shit. Oh, I'm stuck. It's a little crenellation on the wall I got hooked on. It is physically impossible for me to kill these with the pistol, so I'm gonna have to try something else. I could just run to the other side of the room and hope there's, like, pulse rifle ammo over there. Can I just use this? No. And they're up.
Access denied.
Oh, and a bunch of facehuggers, too.
Presence detected.
This isn't possible. Like, this is actually not possible.
Access denied. Non-human presence detected.
You don't actually think I can do this, do you?
Non-human presence detected.
Like, no way. I mean, even taking one alien out with a pistol requires you to take 2 hits, minimum. Unless you get lucky and they miss. And I have to do 3. I may actually have the game in an unwinnable situation here. Unless, I wonder, the aliens, when they walk through eggs, they break them. I wonder if the alien walking through that crate will break it. Let's try to lure this one through it. Oh, he just goes around. He's too smart for that. I was expecting their pathing to be dumber than it is. See, the thing is, I can't walk backwards, so I can't just backpedal in circles, shooting them. I can outrun them, actually, if I'm moving forward. But if I'm moving forward, I obviously can't shoot them. I'm just gonna, I guess, run in circles and hope I can pop off a shot or 2 and then keep running.
Non-human presence detected.
This would be going a lot better if the frame rate was a little stabler. Or more stable. I don't think stabler is a word.
Access denied. Non-human presence detected.
Can't believe the developers didn't realize this is stupid.
Access denied.
I should not be able to outrun a xenomorph. Especially when I'm not even moving that fast. I keep getting stuck on crenellations in the wall, though.
Access denied. Non-human presence detected.
You can stop telling me about the non-human presence, by the way. I know it's here.
Access denied. Non-human presence detected.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, father. Which means that I'm now stuck in place, and they're just gonna molest me as soon as I stand up. Or did they fall asleep in the interim? Where are they? There they are. They did fall asleep in the interim. Not that it helped me a whole lot. Here's a question. Can I use an auto dock in combat? Like, does it pause time?
Non-human presence detected.
Nope, I'm dead. Fuck it. Well, the running in circles and occasionally getting a shot off tactic is working far better than I expected it to, so I may actually be able to do this, but I have a feeling it's going to take a preposterous number of tries, which I'm not stoked about doing. And turning the flashlight on seems to make the frame rate worse, so that's not going to help me.
Access denied. Non-human presence detected.
God, if you say that one more time, I'm going to mute the game, I swear.
Access denied. Non-human presence detected.
Alright, that's it. I'm muting the game. Fuck you. Okay, yeah, that run sucked, but it was going pretty well the first time, so I guess I just keep doing this. What the fuck else would I do with my life? I mean, this is some Looney Tunes level cartoon bullshit going on here.
Denied. Non-human.
Oh, I'm wedged. Okay, so much for that. Yep.
Access denied.
I mean, I'm glad I muted the game so I don't have to listen to... Oh, actually, I should use this, shouldn't I? And it does pause game. Pause combat. You can do it while stuff is chasing you. I'm glad I muted the game, but it's also weird to be sitting here in total silence. Well, there's actually quite a lot of shit happening on screen. I mean, obviously you're still hearing it because it's being recorded prior to it reaching my playback device. But for me, I'm now sitting in complete silence, which is probably why I'm actually talking quieter now. Oh, come on, please, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me have this one victory, please. Oh god, there's only one left. There's only one left. Oh. I'm gonna stop recording. I'll start recording again when I get through this, because, yeah, there's just nothing interesting happening here. I'd edit this all out anyway, so I might as well not record it. Alright, I did it. Would you believe it? I only died 4 more times. So this was my 5th attempt, and I figured out what the trick was. At the start of this level, I had a little bit of flamethrower ammo. I can't remember how much. I think 24. Not much. But I figured out the trick was to get hit by a facehugger, because when you do that, after the fade to black, the 3 aliens in the room are kind of just standing in place. They stop for a bit, and then they have to, like, rediscover you before they start chasing you. But if you've been running in circles, they're bunched together. So what I did was run around, do a few laps around the room so that the aliens were bunched together behind me, get caught by a facehugger, so that when I wake up, there was that brief moment where the aliens were all grouped together, and I dumped the little bit of flamethrower I had on all 3 of them, which did a fair bit of DOT damage to all 3. And then I could just do the laps around the room and occasionally get a shot off behind me as I turn. But getting that first chunk of health out by blasting them while they were static after the fade to black, that ended up being the trick. So that only took 5 tries. And right on the other side of the door are, of course, more of these things, which don't appear to be opening the door, even though usually doors respond to them. Okay. One more. Oh, wait. Oh shit, that's breathing. Okay, so there's aliens in that room. Oh, yep, there it is. I'm gonna die. Okay, take it back. I shouldn't have bothered actually starting the recording. I'll be back later. I did it. And I actually didn't count how many tries it took this time, but it was a lot because I got pretty good at getting through this room here. I ended up being able to do that pretty consistently. Then this door unlocks, and there's 2 eggs here. When you break the first one, you can get by. There's a barrel here with an auto dock in it. When you open this door, there's an alien right in it, who of course does the leap animation and obliterates you. So I got pretty good at getting through the previous room, and trying to get this guy before he killed me took a bunch of tries. Once he's dead, you step out here, and you don't get very far before another one comes around here, and you know, you can shoot at him while you're backing up. You got a fair bit of space to do it. Then you get over here. There's a medium med kit here. When you pick it up, another alien spawns behind you, except now you're kind of in a corner, so he's probably going to rape you in it. And if you can take him out, you're in the clear. And this appears to be a door, but doesn't open. That appears to be a door, but doesn't open. And over here, right here on the ground, there's a grenade launcher, which I have picked up. And then there's this sort of, I guess, door, but it doesn't open either. So clearly, this is where we have to jump into the water and see how bad swimming is in this game, which I have not done yet. I just wanted to make sure I could get through this room, because I got to this room several times, but the aliens in here finished me off because, you know, although I was able to get through that first room fairly decently, fairly consistently, I'd usually get out of here with basically no health. And so then the 3 aliens in the next room would just absolutely tear me like 17 new assholes. I almost cheated. I didn't. I promise. I promise. If I cheated, I would tell you. I got very close. In fact, I actually Googled if there were cheats for this game because I didn't know if there was. And there are, apparently. There is a cheat menu you can get from the main menu. You, like, put a code in, like, the options menu. Now that I know that's an option, if I die here one more time, I'm gonna fucking do that. But anyway, now that I have the grenade launcher, because it's worthless, I'm gonna use it to open this crate. Because I'm curious what's in it. Some grenades. Alright. I traded 1 useless ammo for 6 useless ammos. So I guess I made a profit of 5 there, but it's for a weapon I really don't expect to be getting any use out of. Especially underwater. There's a lot of flickering going on, which makes me feel like the water's electrified, but it can't be, because clearly I have to jump in. And I really don't want to. Like, seriously. I'm not sure I can convey how much dread I'm feeling, because I do not want to do what I just did again. But in we go. Oh. And I guess the grenade launcher is the only thing I can use underwater, because it auto-switched me to that? Oh, yep. Once you clear the surface, it auto-switches you to the grenade launcher. I guess because that was in the movie, wasn't it? There was a scene where somebody fired grenades underwater, and if I recall, it wasn't a terribly convincing effect, but I guess that's reason enough to replicate it in the game. Well, our oxygen meter is surprisingly long. Amazingly, it looks like they fly farther underwater. Even though there's more drag than in the air. Okay, if you shoot from the surface, it looks like the water doesn't stop it. The only way to go down is to look down. I was really hoping I could hit the crouch button. It doesn't look like that's a thing. How about you just leave me alone? It's not hindered by the water at all. Its jump animation is just as fast as on land. That does not make sense. Look at that thing. Yeah, it scrabbles around like it's not underwater. I guess they couldn't be bothered to make a new animation? Then just don't put facehuggers underwater at all, because it just draws attention to the fact that you didn't bother to make new animations. Okay, that opened. And then exploded. Oh. Wow. Okay, I guess that was a load screen, but the frame rate on this door opening animation was exquisite. Oh god, there's more than one. Go off, go off, go off. Thank you. And somehow I fell off the ledge, even though I actually wasn't walking backwards. I don't know if the grenade going off pushed me off. But that does mean I have to do this again. Yep, all the way back here. That's a hard nope. To make the cheat mode and appear, enter the options screen, and while on the options screen, press circle left, right, circle up, R2. There you go. Infinite health. Yes. As soon as I am past this section, I will turn that off. But to get through a section that is liquid concentrated bullshit, yeah, I'll fucking do that. Here, past the seizure-inducing lights. Watch the Minecraft level animation happen. Gorgeous. Joke's on you, I'm cheating. How much farther do I have to go before there's a fucking save point? It's absolutely shocking how many aliens they expected me to face without any fucking ammo. Well, other than a shitty grenade launcher. 3 at once, nice. Remember, I'd have to be doing all this with the pistol. Because I wouldn't be able to shoot these guys with grenades, because I'd just kill myself. Fuck it, I'll just kill with the pistol. Save my grenades. Not that I like them. Ooh. Shotgun. More shotgun. Wow, they're finally giving me ammo.
Access granted.
Yeah, oh, I'm glad I finally threw in the towel and opened the cheat menu, because if I hadn't, I'd be playing this game for the rest of my fucking life. Well, they're a bit dead. I have to say, the swimming is actually not as bad as I expected it to be. It works fairly well, although I don't know where I'm going, so I run a risk of drowning here. Oh, I think I'm going up there. Wait, why am I not low on oxygen? Oh, are these bubbles... Oh, we're doing that? Okay. Can you explain to me the logistics of you're underwater, and there's a stream of bubbles? How exactly do you inhale the bubbles without inhaling any water? Like, surely you must acknowledge that that makes no sense whatsoever. There's a bajillion eggs in here. Does this ever turn off? Oh. Oh, okay, it's continuous. I was getting the impression that it was intermittently turning off because if you turn around, it stops. Well, actually, no. With it directly behind me, it's on. If I turn a bit, it's off. And then once I face it, it comes back on. Can you believe there still hasn't been a save point? They actually expect you to do this all in one flawless run.
Access granted.
Oh, yeah, right, I have a chest burster. Oh, shit. You can't use it underwater. No? Oh, no, and I'm blocked. Wow. Look at that. Even with invincibility, I still managed to fucking die. I should have just turned on all the cheats. I mean, if I had some ammo left for my good guns, like if I had pulse rifle ammo, again, as long as you have pulse rifle, this game's not that bad. But the game willfully chooses not to give you pulse rifle ammo. Although now that I've pretty thoroughly established that headshots do count on the aliens, it's just that their hitbox is fucking terrible. So it only works sometimes. It's like a dice roll whether it works or not. So maybe if I'd spent the entire game really carefully getting headshots on every enemy, maybe I'd have some pulse rifle ammo left by this point. But that would turn this game into even more of a slog if I was just creeping through it at a snail's pace, trying to get a headshot with every trigger pull. It would turn into that awful game Body Count, where you do actually just creep through it at a snail's pace trying to get a headshot on every enemy. Oh man, Body Count's a game we're gonna have to talk about someday. I thought there was a third one. Oh, there he is. A little late to the party there, bro. Fuck you too. It's a bold choice on the developer's part to make their mission statement, fun is not allowed. But a bold choice is not necessarily a good one. Yeah, fuck off. Well, could you get out? Well, just get the fuck out. Holy shit, a save point. So, that's how much they expected you to do in one flawless run, which is just unimaginable. Alright, so I'm going to save to a new file. I'm going to call it a day there, but I'll continue from there with cheats turned off, which I want to check I'm able to do. I want to see if it's embedded into the save file. Can I kill myself? Yes, I can. So cheats can be turned off. We'll continue from there later. If I can muster the willpower to play this game again. I don't know. We'll see. This playthrough is starting to feel like a supervillain origin story. I guess we go up. Can I finally be done with water? I don't want to do this anymore. There's an opening. Well, that looks like tails hanging down. Oh, it looks like I took no damage there. Yep, I'm still invincible. Alright. Give me a sec. Infinite health off. I guess I didn't look down. There might be pickups at the bottom. Ooh, I can shoot that with my pistol. Ah, no. Even though I'm on the surface, I can shoot straight ahead or up, but if I look down, just do this. It's medkit, a medium, and a fucking auto dog. I would rather have ammo than... Oh, fuck you. That was just a waste of a medkit. So at least now I know not to bother grabbing that one. Oh no, not Bob. Ammo, please? No, it's just the other half of the dead guy. Well, at least we tied up that loose end, though. I wondered where his other half was. And now I know. Holy crap, did that get him? Wow, that was pure luck. Some grenades I don't want. I'd much rather have pulse rifle ammo, because that's the only time this game is actually fun.
Maintenance complete. Essential controls repaired.
Yep, here you are.
Access granted.
Stuck on the ceiling. Okay, one grenade. I don't think that's enough to do anything. Especially two aliens at once. I took a hit because it's impossible not to, and I don't have a way of breaking that crate open. Well, I'm surprised this works. I can just back up into the water and pick him up from here. Okay, let's try this all again. And I can't aim up that high. Oh, and I can't shoot through the grate anyway. Can I get you from here? No, because I can't aim up high enough. Like, really? There's no reason I shouldn't be able to just aim up and shoot it. It's absolutely stunning what this game, the lengths this game has gone to make me despise it. Alright, I guess I'll just try a grenade. Because at least I can fire that underwater, and underwater you can actually look up higher than you can on the ground, which makes no sense at all. Yeah, here you are. Come on. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna deep throat you with my ineffectual weapons. It won't hurt too much because they're ineffectual. Alright, this time I will save. And I'll go to... I was in the top. I'll go to the middle, I guess. Because I've checked those recordings and I know they're good. Not that anyone's going to want to watch this crap. Just try to keep moving. Except that the head bob makes my crosshair move around. Okay, I want to demonstrate what I'm saying. I'm sure you've noticed already because we're a ways into this, but I haven't actually verbally pointed it out yet. So when you first move, you get this kind of head nod that starts the bob. So the bob itself isn't bad. And you'll note the crosshair is staying in the dead center of the screen, even though the screen is moving up and down. But that, when you first start moving, there's that jolt. And the crosshair actually moves when that happens. That also happens when you're moving backwards. You get that first little jolt where the crosshair is actually moving relative to the center of the screen, in addition to the screen itself moving. But while you're moving backwards, it's moving continuously with the head bob, which it doesn't do forward. Locked in place, moving around. And every time you change directions, it does that same thing. If you start moving right, it does that jolt at first and then stabilizes. If you go left, it does that jolt at first and then stabilizes. So if you're swirling around to try to dodge something, each direction you change, and especially if you're moving backwards, the crosshair is actually fidgeting around in the center of the screen, which makes it really, really difficult to track moving targets because it just jitters around, which is just an unbelievably bad idea. I can't believe anyone thought that was acceptable. Which again raises the question, were the designers of this game utterly incompetent and didn't realize that these things were stupid? Or were they being willfully obtuse to stack the cards against me? But that went terribly because I missed with the grenades. And since the grenades don't go off on contact, if you missed, you're hosed. I just wish the grenade launcher was actually fun. Like, is that really so much to ask? Like the secondary fire on the flak cannon in Unreal. That shit's fucking awesome. Oh, and the door closed. I just want this game to be over before I'm wearing a diaper. Yeah, they sure don't make them like they used to, do they? Oh wow, I got out of the water on the first try. Holy crap, I timed that right. I can't do this much longer. Like, for real. I mean, I'm not shouting and swearing profusely, but trust me, on the inside, I am. Oh, look at that trick shot. That was gorgeous. Of course, I still hurt myself, so what was the point? But, hey. Shit. Just gonna fire a fuckload of them here. Why not? Maybe one of them will fucking do the job. Holy crap. That was luck. Hitting the dead body made it go off on contact, so it actually blew up in time. Oh my god. And I have one left to blow this open. And holy sweet mother of fuck. There's shotgun shells in it, and more than one pickup. So even when the game finally fucking throws you a bone and gives you ammo, they still require you to have ammo to fucking get it. Already low on shotgun shells. Because the game is so picky about how many it actually takes to defeat an enemy. Yeah, I think I only have a couple more tries in me, because this game is, shockingly close to being relegated to a coaster. And I mean that literally. I already use Destiny as a coaster. Like, a copy of Destiny has been the drink coaster at my work desk for a few years now. But I don't really have a coaster at my TV here, so I actually move my copy of Destiny between my desk and my side table here at the TV. So actually it would be quite advantageous to use this game as a coaster, because then I could leave Destiny at my desk and have Alien Resurrection over here. Yeah, there's no way I can do this now. Fuck this. Fucking just do this. I'm curious at this point. I'm just gonna turn all the cheats. Just because I want to know what comes next. So now I'm in full fucking necropsy mode, because I'm no longer willing to play it normally. So apparently infinite ammo doesn't work. That's curious. Yeah, you do not have infinite ammo. They fucked up their cheat codes. Oh, now my shotgun shows no second ammo count. So now do I magically have infinite ammo? Yeah, that's bizarre. It's infinite ammo after your first ammo pickup. I guess that's the best way they could come up with to program it. Very strange. This does mean I can't use the pulse rifle until the next blue moon that the game decides to give me some. Do you remember the pulse rifle? Man. For me, it's been literally days since I used the pulse rifle. So are these infinitely spawning? Are you kidding me? So while I was waiting for this door to open, how many was that? 7? 8? So if you still had a grenade in that previous room, you can blow up the crate and get 3 shotgun shell pickups, which is a total of 12 shots. And it takes a minimum of 2, usually 3, to take out a xenomorph. So let's just say there were 7 aliens back there. That would be a minimum of 14 shells, which you don't have because the pickup in that room was 12. And so if any one of those aliens took 3 shots, if all of them took 3, you could require a total of 21 shells when you only have 12, but a bare minimum of 14. Christie, are you there? Who wants to know? Oh, it's this guy. I'm Ripley. Call wanted to tell you to release the docking, consider it done. Yeah, isn't this the guy, this is the sharpshooter guy, right? Is that scene where he, like, ricochets bullets off the ceiling to hit somebody behind him or something? So here's a question. Are they going to do any kind of mechanic for him being a sharpshooter or really good at shooting? Is he going to have a more powerful gun? Do my shots do more damage? Or I just have 2 pistols. Okay. A shotgun, a pulse rifle, shitty flamethrower. Oh, and the rocket launcher. Alright, well, how much does it suck? Well, it flies very slowly. Amazingly, it holds more than 1 shot, which actually surprises me. Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah, that goes deep, too. That's all the way into subwoofer range. Holy crap. I can take a thing out with the pistols without it hitting me. It swiped at me, but missed. So apparently we now have a section of the game that's actually playable. I'm still gonna leave the cheats on, because fuck this game. This could potentially be playable. After the most absurd section ever. Well, a couple of the most absurd sections ever. That Di Stefano part was a nightmare, but the previous Ripley section is just a holocaust of game design. I'm just gonna stick with the pulse rifle. Of course, what we're seeing here is that because they give you the dual pistols, that apparently translates into you need to face a lot more enemies than normal. It's theoretically doable, but this would still be very slow to crawl through here with just the pistols. So fuck it, I'm using the pulse rifle.
Access granted. Non-human presence detected.
Of course. Well, is it gonna come out? Do I have to walk back a bit? Is it the chest burster? Oh, it must be. Okay. You know, a new enemy type would be really nice. I think I said that, like, several hours ago. It bears repeating. I think I'm just gonna rocket everything at point-blank range. So hopefully this works underwater like the rocket launcher does. Or like the grenade launcher does. It's a fairly large underwater area. I'm glad I can't drown. I guess it's this way now. That requires a keycard, which I have picked up nothing of the sort. Oh, look at this poor bastard who forgot to turn cheats on. Thanks for the card, idiot. I do wish there was a cheat that made me move faster than a sloth in molasses, though. But I guess we can't have this game be too much fun. Okay, I don't know why I expected a door underwater to work, but apparently it doesn't. Oh, well, there's your electrical malfunction. Except I'm getting electrocuted to get out of here. So I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be, but I don't care. Oh, nice. Making me wait for a load screen underwater. Like, at least it's short. But then again, it would be slower on an original PlayStation, because I'm on a PS2 with the disc speed set to fast. I don't know even why I'm looking around for pickups. I don't need anything. I don't need ammo or health. Let's just get this shit over with. Oh no, a slight incline. I have to move at half the speed of my already ass-numbingly slow movement speed. Oh no, it's even slower because it's a steeper incline. Okay, we have a bunch of valves to turn. Ow. It burns.
Access granted.
How were those eggs there? If that steam is continuous.
Access granted.
A different looking room. It's been a while since I've seen one of those.
Access granted.
Oh, there's a side path here. Oh, these are different color ones. Oh, are we introducing tougher ones now? I'm curious how much more damage they can take. Next one I see, I'll try the shotgun, because I have a pretty good idea of how many shotgun shells it takes. Wow, this has turned into a meat grinder.
Non-human presence detected.
Well, I'm gonna have to sit here for a while. I don't know how much more of this game I'm gonna play this way. Obviously, there's not much point in playing it with the cheats enabled, so it does feel like a kind of an exercise in futility, but then again, playing the game without cheats also feels like an exercise in futility. I have a feeling, though, from what I've seen, this section is actually fairly doable. I mean, it's a lot of enemies, but they're also giving me a pretty steady stream of ammo, and the dual pistols alone would make a tremendous amount of difference. To the point that it seems odd to me you don't have dual pistols the whole game. Or, like, that you don't just get a second pistol, if not at the beginning of the game right away, but, like, you know, maybe fairly early on, just give me a second pistol, because being able to do faster damage with the pistol would completely overhaul this game. It would change everything. And yet, clearly only this character gets it. It's just gonna be his thing. Like, apparently the laser gun is Call's thing, because we've never seen the laser gun again. Huh. I like that they've done a light shaft effect here. It's not a very convincing one, of course, because it's a PS1, but that it's there at all is kind of cool. Like, that light there is illuminating a column of light in the water. So now I'm beginning to wonder. I'm just kind of imagining ahead. Presumably there's going to be some kind of boss in this game, right? It's an engineering keycard. I haven't noticed a keycard slot, though. But presumably there's going to be a boss fight. I mean, it's a video game from 22 years ago, so... And this is the era where if you didn't have a boss fight, it would be considered odd. Unless you're Richard Garriott. He's well known for kind of never doing boss fights, which I completely agree with. Personally, I've always hated the concept of bosses in video games. An enemy that's just inexplicably tougher than everything else, usually beyond reason. It's one thing if it's a fantasy game where you can have like a gigantic monster that can take a bunch of damage. I mean, that's a little more believable, but especially if we're talking about like things that take place in more or less the real world, and you have an enemy that just inexplicably can be shot or stabbed more than any other enemy, and you're like, but why? It's just fourth wall breaking and weird. It has the added oddity of, oh, here it is.
Access granted.
It has the added oddity of, in a lot of games, particularly fantasy ones, they have the problem where you can tell the creature, you go, like, often the boss is like in a lair, and you can tell its entire existence is just sitting in that lair, waiting for the protagonist to show up, which, as soon as you think about it at all, makes no sense whatsoever. You're like, so this creature's entire purpose in life is to sit around and wait for a hero to come along and kick its ass? Like, why isn't it doing anything? Why does it just sit here for all eternity? And so those are the kind of reasons Richard Garriott, the guy that made the Ultima series, the reasons why he's kind of always been against bosses, or, you know, final bosses in the traditional sense. And I agree with that assessment. I think that's an unpopular opinion. A lot of people at the time thought it was weird that, or they always felt like a lot of the early Ultima games had very anticlimactic endings. Like Ultima Exodus, the end of that game isn't a grand fight with Exodus, it's you stick a bunch of cards in a computer and it shuts it down, you know. It's not like a grand fight or anything. Which I guess I can see feeling like that's anticlimactic, but if your other option is a weird fourth wall breaking, silly, cartoonish boss fight, I think I'd rather have that. The anticlimactic rather than the cartoonish, I mean. But given that the era that this game is from, it's a safe bet there's going to be a boss, and I'm going to assume, although we have not seen it, I have no clue where this keycard is. Oh, this ladder here, okay. I'm gonna bet, although we have not seen any indication of it so far at all, the final boss is presumably gonna be the weird Ripley's baby thing at the end of the movie, the newborn or whatever they call it.
Look, beautiful, beautiful little baby.
The final boss is probably going to be that thing, but we haven't seen any indication of it even being in this game yet, so... Is it going to be introduced and then we fight it in the same scene? Why is this one invincible? Oh, these are... Oh, I was trying to make out what those were in the distance. Oh, there are people on the wall. Cocooned to the wall like an alien's. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nasty.
Access denied.
Blocking the door. Do I just blow him up?
Access denied.
Oh, no, okay. I thought he was gluing the door shut. Oh, well. He's in a better place now. Not in this game.
Access granted.
I have two switches here that... What am I looking at? Is that supposed to be the ship in the distance? Like that's a hangar? I think it is.
Manual release of docking clamps in progress. Docking clamps released.
Okay. Is that what I'm looking at? A ship in the distance? And by the distance, I mean 4 feet away, because it's a matte painting? Not the best effect in this game. Alright, we're out of here. The clamps are off and the Betty is good to go. Good, I'll see you at the Betty. Hiss, Ripley! Ripley! Hiss. Which is in green, meaning it's actually Ripley saying hiss. Holy crap, a cutscene. Oh. Oh, here it is! That's exactly what I was just talking about. Oh, and the door's not locked. Very lucky. Oh, I have no weapons. Oh, we're just running. Okay. Oh, this is kind of interesting. A proper change of pace. Oh, and now I'm allowed to save. Okay. Let's go ahead and save. So this might be pretty much the end of the game. I mean, if the ship is... If the docking clamps are released... I'm getting ammo, but no guns. Oh, no. Couldn't help themselves, they had to give me one. Man, I was really hoping for a change of pace where we had a section with no weapons and it got kind of... atmosphere... Oh. It charges. Okay. I was holding the trigger down thinking it would zap them. But instead you can hold the charge or just do less powerful rounds. Okay. So this weapon's a variable power sort of thing. It's weird. It stops briefly and then starts counting down again. Well, it blows through ammo quite quickly, so... Great lighting in this room, though. But yeah, I was really hoping we'd have a section that's kind of stealth or just running. Not even necessarily sneaking, but just like straight up running. That could be kind of fun. I mean, we've been shooting shit the whole game. Almost thought they were going to do that, and they just couldn't help themselves and gave me a gun in like 30 seconds. But at least now we can finally use the electric gun, burner, that was referenced on the back of the box. Shotgun. I think I'm going to use that instead. I don't like the electric gun. It's too sluggish. As a general rule, I typically don't like guns that charge in shooters. Because it just gets kind of ponderous, having to wait for it to charge all the time. Electric gun energy. Yeah. So you would, in fact, have very little energy for the first part of this level before we got into here. Oh, hey there. I didn't even see you. Am I supposed to kill this or run? I actually don't know. Given you'd have a finite amount of ammo here, normally, you might not be able to kill it. Maybe the electric gun just stuns it? Because I don't have a pistol, which means once I'm out of ammo, I'm out. Okay, it's leaving. A bunch of shit spawning in. Nice. At least it kills these in one charge shot, though. Not that there's enough ammo to be doing that very much. And they still do that amazing lunge attack. God, I am so...
Non-human presence detected.
I am so relieved I am not doing this normally because, man, I'd have lost my mind by this point. I know it's a complete cop-out to be cheating my way through it, but there's no way I could bring myself to do this the other way. I am a supremely patient person, and even I don't think, could have put up with doing the previous section and then this section without the cheats. So, at least this way I'll see how the game whimpers to a close, and then we can call it a day. Well, I can't, because then I have to edit all this crap. Door mechanism not responding, malfunction detected. Well, there's no other pathway. There's no way around this. I mean, there's a duct there. I clearly saw the other end of it, because there was a grate I looked right at, but... yeah, that's clearly not breakable. Oh, here it is. Walked right past it, because it's behind a pillar. And remember, I don't have a pistol right now. The one fallback you have in this game of the infinite ammo pistol, you no longer have. So everything currently happening, you would need to do with finite ammo. And it's spawned an enemy. No, it spawned 2 enemies. Again, that I would have to spend finite ammo to kill. There's almost no way I wouldn't be out of ammo at this point. And then those would just kill you because there's no way to get past them because they take up the whole corridor. Of all the dick moves in this game, taking away the pistol here might be the crowning dick move of this game. It bugs me, the electric gun has no firing sound. Oh, that didn't actually kill it. So there's a sound for it charging. But when you actually let go, it just fades out. It doesn't even end immediately, it fades out. Okay, if you do a shorter zap, you get a less charged shot, you get a tiny little zap sound. That's cut off abruptly. I feel like this weapon's a bit rushed. It looks the same as the pulse rifle. Well, it looks almost the same as the pulse rifle and the laser gun. They reused this sort of base shape for all of those and then just slightly tweaked them. Its sound is very poorly implemented, and it doesn't feel very good to use. And of course, it does use that same reload sound. Oh, I just realized I also have no motion tracker. Nice spots of light, though. Even though they have no apparent source. I mean, there's windows there, but there's no lights on the other side of the windows. And of course, the time it takes to charge this thing is, you guessed it, enough time for the aliens to close the distance and bitch slap me. So we're at that problem again, where pretty much no matter what, you're going to take hits. So we're gonna do this arena thing multiple times. Does he even want to hurt us? Or does he just want to give us a hug because we're his mommy? Also, I don't recall him being this physically large in the movie. I mean, he's crossbred with a human. Why would he be bigger than a normal alien? I could be wrong. Maybe in the movie he is bigger, but I don't recall that. Hopefully this is the final stretch. It's amazing that the game time here is like 6 hours, and how much more than that it's been in real life. Like, you don't even know, because this is obviously heavily edited. I started this on Friday. It is currently Thursday. I'm curious, though, how they're going to actually have us defeat the thing, because, of course, in the movie, it gets blown out the window. I'm not sure how you implement that in gameplay. Actually, I quite like that part of the movie. I thought that was an interesting idea. Although the last thing we see get shoved through the tiny hole in the window is like his sad, screaming skull is a bit comical, and I don't think it's meant to be. Still, it is one of the main things I remember about the movie, so I have to give it credit for that. World's slowest door. Security deactivation mechanism. Wait, what? Oh, a cutscene. I guess we're on the Betty. Well, this shot's really exciting. Bit of an aimless camera movement there. It just felt like it was kind of swooping around for no reason. Oh, I have a pistol now. Inexplicably. Okay, so it's not just immediately here chasing us. Although you and I both know it's on this ship. Oops, I'm stuck on the door. Alright. So we just head to the cockpit here. Morning. Hull breach detected. So, I guess I don't do anything with the cockpit. And instead of doing a skybox outside, they've just put a star texture physically on the windshield? Wow, that's bad. Like, just put a skybox outside and make it a ways away. And then make these transparencies, which I know this engine supports transparencies, because we've seen them. That's really not good. It's curious the ways in which this game suddenly has really bad visual effects when, for the most part, it looks really, really amazing for a PlayStation game. So I guess I just head back? Well, it's giving me ammo. So I'm guessing that means I do have to shoot it a bunch. Alright, I'm just waiting for the fucking thing to pop out. Oh, there it is. Yeah, speaking of which. So I guess I knock it down. I'm going to assume it's invincible. I can just temporarily stun it by doing that. I need to hit all these. I don't know what they do. Other than probably open that door on the other side. This one's open now. Okay. Now what? Oh, he's gonna break through. Oh my god. This thing's made of more lead than flesh now, and yet it's still somehow chasing me. Alright, what do we... God, those clicks when the doors open is driving me nuts. I'm gonna be so glad not to listen to that anymore when this game is over. I would love to see that thing try to get in this vent. Go this way. The frame rate is doing its best, but its best isn't good enough. Is there a switch in here? No, there's nothing here. Aww. He just wants to get to his mommy. Oh, and his face is clipping through it. I guess he's just on a loop. Yeah. Is there anything on this side? Does this door open? Oh no, there is a switch. Oh, do I just open an airlock or something? Okay. It's not quite what happened in the movie, but conceptually the same. It is getting blown into space. That could have been much worse. And we end on a shot of an arcade saying game over. Oh, wow, liquefied into chunks. Nice. I'm not sure why it did, but...
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, he had so much more drool to drool. How are we not dead? Well, I guess a ship would be built for this, but it looks quite dramatic. To the point where I'm wondering how this ship isn't just breaking into pieces. There's lots of little finny bits sticking out that would just snap off under violent re-entry. Not a very aerodynamic design, if you know what I mean. Which doesn't matter in space, but does matter during re-entry.
So, this is Earth.
It's looking a bit compressed today.
Ought to be plenty of places to get lost around here. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm a stranger here myself.
Wow. Well, that's that, I guess. And no music over the credits. So there is indeed no music in the game, which I think is actually kind of interesting. I like that about it. It suits this type of game. But I think the biggest problem this game has is that it's demonstrably mechanically unfair. Like, as long as I have ammo, everything's fine, and indeed, kind of fun. But as soon as I have to fall back to the pistol, it just doesn't work. There's a hard limit to how fast I can fire the pistol, and that rate times the number of shots it takes to kill an alien is objectively longer than the time it takes an alien to close the distance and hit you. And you walk objectively more slowly backwards than an alien, so it will catch up to you. This isn't a matter of skill, it's the game being mechanically unfair. Your only hope of taking aliens out with the pistol is the sheer luck of them just holding still for no reason, like their pathing broke, or missing their attacks for seemingly no reason, which they sometimes do, both of which are dumb luck, so you can't rely on them. And the very fact that they give you a magical pistol with infinite ammo in the first place is because they were well aware that they don't give you enough ammo pickups, which means that's not accidental. They have willfully stacked the cards against you, and that's why it's frustrating. It's a Kafka-esque Ouroboros of futility. But as long as you have ammo, it's fun. Like, if they instead made this a meat grinder where you're constantly shooting lots of aliens, it would be fairly enjoyable. But instead, they made the fascinating choice to make it an ammo famine, and then filled the game with bullet sponges, which are fundamentally immiscible concepts. Like, either make a moody survival game with sparse resources and very few enemies, or make a straight corridor shooter with a constant stream of enemies. Apparently they couldn't pick one, so they just did both, which isn't possible. But rather than recognize that their entire mission statement was a contradiction, they just threw in a magical infinite ammo pistol and hoped that that would take up the slack, which it very well could have if it didn't suck. But then they willfully made it inadequate so that it can't take up the slack, which is the only thing it's there to do. This isn't something you can just easily get wrong. Even a small child at a passing glance could reason through this shit. But anyway, that's this game. I liked it at first, until it became the most frustrating game I've ever played. It has officially dethroned Far Cry 2 as the most frustrating game I've ever played, which Far Cry 2 held that title for nearly a decade. But it's finally been dethroned, which is not, don't misunderstand me, not to say this is the worst game I've ever played. It's not even close, because there's enough here that's good. That I'd say many of the people working on this game clearly were doing a good job. So like the people responsible for like the graphics and lighting, it's not their fault there's not enough ammo, because that's not their department. And they did a great job, so I can't fault everyone involved. It's really just the mean-spiritedness of whoever's call it was for how much ammo there is relative to how many enemies there are. I would be curious to revisit this game with a PlayStation mouse, because I feel like that would change everything. But for now, let us never speak of it again, and I need a new coaster.